When was the last time we heard the words mass hunger? Mass hunger is going to be the next big concern for the world after COVID-19. Some call it the hunger pandemic, which is spreading far and wide across the globe, affecting all countries. The United Nations has sounded a dire warning on mass hunger. According to the UN, Russia's invasion of Ukraine is one of the major reasons for mass hunger and global food shortages, and the situation could only get worse in the coming days. Let's unbreak this news. Global food prices have risen by nearly 1/3. Global oil prices have risen by almost 2/3. Global fertilizer prices by more than a half. According to the UN, the Ukraine war has stoked a global food shortage that could last for years. Millions of children are reeling under the lifetime effects of stunting. Millions of mothers and babies are being pushed into malnourishment. Girls are being pulled away from school in many parts of the world, and tens of thousands of people are embarking on dangerous journeys across continents to beat hunger and just to survive. Hunger is going to be the world's most pressing problem, and Russia's war on Ukraine has only exacerbated the situation. According to the UN Secretary-General Antonio Gutteres, the time has come to act. If we do not feed people, we feed conflict.
Global hunger levels are at a new high. In just 2 years, the number of severely food insecure people has doubled, from 135 million pre-pandemic to 276 million today. More than 500,000 people are living in famine conditions, an increase of more than 500% since 2016. And now, the Russian invasion in Ukraine is amplifying and accelerating all these factors: climate change, COVID-19, and inequality. It threatens to tip tens of millions of people over the edge into food insecurity, followed by malnutrition, mass hunger, and famine in a crisis that could last for years.
Ukraine is known as the breadbasket of the world. More than 70% of the country is made up of prime agricultural land. 80% of the global sunflower oil comes from Ukraine and Russia. 30% of global wheat exports come from Russia and Ukraine. 20% of global corn exports come from Russia and Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky recently said that the world might soon face a tsunami of hunger because of the ongoing war.
Це схоже на цунамі. Його причина може бути в одній частині океану, а руйнівні наслідки за тисячі кілометрів. Ми зараз вже на порозі такого цунамі, продовольчого цунамі, жорсткої цінової кризи, яка ударить по всіх. І це не тільки про громадян України, по всіх у світі, по середньому класу і по найбідніших. Десятки країн на всіх континентах світу.
The executive director of the World Food Programme, David Beasley, has said price riots are going on in various countries because of food prices getting out of hand. According to Beasley, when the world's breadbasket has the world's longest bread lines, we have a problem.
We truly are at an unprecedented crisis. Food pricing is our number one problem right now as a result of all this perfect storm for 2022. But 2023, it very well will be a food availability problem. When a country like Ukraine that grows enough food for 400 million people is out of the market, it creates market volatility, which we are now seeing. In 2007 and 2008, we all witnessed what happened when pricing gets out of control. There were over 40 nations with political unrest, riots, and protests. We're already seeing riots and protesting taking place as we speak. Sri Lanka, Indonesia, Pakistan, Peru.
India has already started feeling the hunger pangs because of the war in Ukraine. In 2021, according to the Global Hunger Index, India ranked 101 out of 116 countries. With a score of 27.5, the report notes that India has a level of hunger that is serious. Experts believe in the coming months, India's hunger situation is expected to deteriorate. To help developing countries tide over the crisis, the World Bank has decided to make available $30 billion to address food insecurity. But that may not be enough to feed a mass hunger crisis. To end hunger, the war in Ukraine must end. The world leaders must come together to stop Russia's acts of mindless aggression. The war is no longer Russia's or Ukraine's problem alone. Especially when the war is leading to global mass hunger, it is a problem of all nations. It is a collective problem. The international community must step in to help developing nations overcome the hunger crisis. And this cannot be done by just offering money or food. We need concrete solutions. Hunger is not an issue of charity. It is an issue of justice. It is an issue of human rights that must be non-negotiable.